And now we're down to the last one, guys. Marco Polo's first impression of this ship. How's it gonna be? Let's find out. So, during my wish list or whatever for PR4 ships, I wanted Marco Polo to be OP, and I was like predicting her to be OP. Did that live up to my expectations? I'll talk more into it later, but yeah, not what I hoped for. But yeah, that's not what I hoped for. Not what I hoped for. So, why is the ship the way it is? Let's find out. So, the usual stuff. Let's look at Marco Polo. First of all, drawn by Ninio. Ninio is done Champagne and Seattle as well. All PR ships, coincidentally. So maybe PR5 as well too. Who knows? But Ninio has done 3 PR ships for this game. Very nice. I love the art. She has a split tongue, I believe, and I think piercing as well too. Like a tongue piercing, either a split tongue or tongue piercing. Gotta look into that. But I love the character design. Very, very good. Very well done indeed. Amazing job, Ninio. And voiced by Sachika Misawa. Never heard this VA again. And hopefully, unlike yesterday's video where I screwed up and said, this was probably a new voice actress, and probably isn't a new voice actress. Yeah, I've never heard this VA before, but I'll probably put a comment below marking what this person has voice actress before, but I'm always down for people that I've never heard of before instead of my usual ones. Anyways, stats. 8,422 health for a battleship. Very, very high. That's up there with the Richelieu, I believe. Very, very high health. Very, very good. Heavy armor, nothing crazy. Reload on the lower end, but still okay. A lot of firepower. Very good. Evasion, the usual stuff there. Speed, whatever. Anti-air, average. 16 oil. And a little bit low on the accuracy, but nothing too crazy. 145% efficiency on the BB gun. Very solid. 200 on the CL gun. Solid as well too. And low anti-air as always. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. So, as you expect, nothing crazy from this ship. But pretty sizable considering she is a PR4 ship compared to the old generation of battleships and whatnot from PR1, PR2. This is a definitely on the higher end of the scale for that. Now, let's talk about her kit. The main takeaway to Marco Polo is this first skill. Kind of similar to New Jersey. The big takeaway to New Jersey was her first skill. Same thing applies here. When this ship has the out of ammo debuff, aka mob setup, decreases the damage penalty effect by 5% to 15%. So that's kind of whatever. If you're gonna use for farming for ships, whatever, by all means go for it. Not that big of a fan, but I guess this is good for like event farming. If you want to use like Marco Polo for D3 farming, which I don't know why because it's kind of expensive in oil, but hey, that's like 1 or 2 more oil, not that big of a deal. A very, very good event farmer to have this ship. Very, very good. When this ship fires her main guns, 75% chance to fire a frontal barrage. Damage based on skill levels. If this barrage fails, heals this ship for 5% of her max health. That is pretty damn good. That is pretty damn good. Nowadays, SSRs have the base of 75% proc rate, I believe. I don't think any new battleships or kind of like proc rate thing has gotten a 70% in a very long time now. So I believe 75% is a new standard, which is still RNG, but it's not as RNG as 70%, but yes, we'll take it. Anyways, here's the barrage of the Marco Polo's thing. Very, very wide. Very, very powerful as well, too. It has a long duration of about maybe like 4 seconds or so. Let's find out. So this right here is like 4-ish seconds, I believe. Very, very powerful. She also fires it at the start as well, too. That is very good right there. That actually is really, really good. So, very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. I like the barrage. Very, very wide. 75% chance to do the barrage. Now, if she hits the barrage every time, that's very good. If not, she heals, though, which is kind of whatever. But I can't say no to the heal. Can't say no to a heal. But this barrage, the legendary voyage, very, very good. I just hate the fact that she can fail. So kind of like New Jersey in the sense that the barrage is very, very powerful, but again, it can miss, which is what I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan of that. Anyways, though, did I just fail 3 times in a row for that barrage? Okay, let's go for fourth time. Please don't fail. We'll never find. We'll never know now. We'll never know. Anyways, though, the modifiers on this barrage, not Monarch, I was gonna show that for later, is in the data mines. How reliable this is, I don't know, because you're not gonna see the modifiers on the barrage anywhere else except the data mines. 100% on light, 150% on medium, and 50% on heavy. So going by these right here, I'm not gonna talk about all these in general, but on the right side right here, there's a 150% modifier on the medium armor, and the first one is gonna be HG. So the first two right here are very powerful medium armor. Marco Polo shreds medium armor content. So stuff like heavy cruisers and carriers, she excels very, very well right there. Very, very well. A powerful ship indeed. The Barrage is amazing, very powerful, very wide, and it lasts a very, very long time as well too. So you have a better chance to do a lot of damage, because if the enemy is very mobile and they're like moving off screen, if you want to do a boss fleet or whatever, most likely eventually one of those things are going to hit. So there's that. Gotta see the full damage output. I will test her out once I have her maxed out and whatnot. I like the ship design. I may ring her, but I do think she's going to be very, very powerful for medium armor. Very powerful. Very, very good for mob killing as well, because you have the heals and you have the out of ammo debuff. So very, very good for like D3 farming and whatnot for events. And for medium armor bossing or whatever, also very, very powerful ship. So second skill right here. Some Italian words, I'm not going to pronounce that. Maybe someone in chat will help me pronounce that. If there is at least one other Sardegna Empire ship in your fleet, decreases ship's damage taken by 20%. Not that big of a deal. Damage reduction nowadays is not that important compared to like never. So you don't really need the damage reduction here from the skill. Is not that great, but at least it's something. At the start of the battle, if the frontmost ship in your vanguard is a if it's an Italian ship, increases this ship's main gun efficiency by 10% and anti-air by 50%. The anti-air is whatever. The main gun efficiency right here by 10% is very, very good. Very, very good. Now the issue is though, unless you're running a full Italy setup, whatever, if you're doing like a rainbow setup with like mixed ships or whatever, there aren't many. Well, if you're like fully end game, you wouldn't want to put a Sardegna or Italian ship in the front, because there's better options like Azuma, Drake, soon to be E-Girl, stuff like that, right? Anchorage as well too. Zara, Pola, and like Duca, not that amazing there. Not that amazing there. So not a big fan of that one in particular. But if you are running a Italy composition or having a Italy ship as your front vanguard, that 10% boost of main gun efficiency, very good. And then otherwise, if there isn't, you spawn 2 shields around that ship that can block 3 enemy torpedoes. So again, this right here, this is good for event farming, because if you're using a 1-1 setup, again, Marco Polo has the out of ammo debuff, good for farming events, and has a heal as well for self-sustain if you missed your barrage, also self-sustain as well. And if your frontmost ship isn't an Italian boat, spawns 2 shields around that ship that can block 3 enemy torpedoes. So once again, let's do the simulation. You guys will see the shield, and I'm pretty sure they're going to see the shield unless I'm goofing off. There should be a shield spawning right here. Boom, there it is. Very, very nice for event farming. Very, very nice for event farming. Now, the third skill. While this ship is afloat, the following effects are applied to this fleet. To the fleet this ship is not in. The first and second battle launches a supporting barrage every 20 seconds after the battle starts. Solid. So this right here, if you're doing a mob setup or whatever, and you do the boss fleet, you're going to get a barrage 20 seconds in. So that is very powerful right there. Very good. And then the third or fourth battle, decrease damage taken on all Italy ships in that fleet. We're not in a position right now where you can have 2 full Italy fleets, but if you were to run 2 full Italy fleets for like whatever content you're doing, this skill right here will be very, very powerful. But again, damage reduction is kind of whatever nowadays though, but it's still something, right? It's still something. This skill overall, not a big fan of. It's just a little bit of boost to like your boss fleet when you're doing like event farms and whatnot. It's kind of like that. And then you have Siren Killer. So, my thoughts of this ship. Very powerful event farmer, like D3, 1-1 farming or whatever for events. Very, very powerful. Yes, she costs 16 oil. Deal with this. One or two more oil. Not a big deal. But very powerful barrage. Has a heal. Has a damage penalty decrease for out of ammo. And gives 2 torpedo shields to your Vanguard as well too. And the medium barrage is amazing, amazing, amazing. Very, very good. Now, these other two skills, though, I'm not that big of a fan of. I call her the Italian New Jersey because New Jersey's big takeaway is her first skill. Same way as Marco Polo's first skill right here is very, very good. She's basically that, but New Jersey has her third skill that self-buffs her. Marco Polo doesn't have any self-buffs. Most of it is just like damage reduction, anti-air, stuff like that, and supporting barrages. Damage reduction nowadays isn't that big of a deal. If you know how to build or whatever, you shouldn't be like suffering that much. It shouldn't be like that crazy or whatever. So I'm not that big of a fan of it, but hey, maybe one day damage reduction will help a lot. But until then, though, damage reduction right now is kind of whatever. But Marco Polo competes with Monarch. Monarch also has a non-buffing PR kit, has a heal as well, reload buff to herself, and a barrage. She competes with her. Now, in medium armor, I'm confident that Marco Polo will defeat Monarch and out damage her. Now, I forgot the damage modifiers on Monarch's barrage. And in terms of heavy armor, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure Monarch does better in heavy armor. But when it comes to medium armor, Marco Polo is absolutely insane. Those modifiers on that barrage were absolutely busted. 150% on across the board. Very, very powerful there. Very good for medium armor. So, most of the meta fights upcoming soon are mostly carriers like Enterprise, Soryu, stuff like that. We also have Takao coming as well too. A lot of medium meta fights coming up. I can definitely see Marco Polo being a core slot for upcoming future meta fights because she excels on medium armor. Very, very powerful. So I have to consider what kind of compositions I would run. Honestly, I'm gonna say this. I'm probably gonna offend some people. I would bench FDG for Marco Polo. Because I want to have that last slots like a buffer or something like Duke of York or something. So like upcoming meta fights, I would do like New Jersey, Marco Polo, and Duke of York or something, right? That could also be something as well that I could do. Or if I want to do like if there's a full buffing or whatever, I could do like Veneto, Marco Polo, and New Jersey. But again, I'm confident that Marco Polo won't outdamage New Jersey, so I'm probably just gonna slot in like a Duke of York or a Howe or something for a buffer. And just use an independent Marco Polo. But very, very powerful solo farming ship. Very, very good for medium armor. A good ship overall. A good ship overall. Very, very reliant on an Italy setup for whatever reason. A lot of ships nowadays are like very, very faction based, which I don't like that much. But I get what they're trying to do. Like it makes sense. But I'm more of a universal kind of player. So like ships that are like very, very good in like rainbow setups, I'm a big fan of that. Faction based, not really a big fan of it because you gotta play specifically to like a certain fleet build and whatnot in team. So there's that. Anyways though, once again, good ship, solid, very, very good on medium armor, very, very, very good event farmer and whatnot. I like the ship. It's pretty good. Anyways. That's it, guys. That's the last first impression of PR4 ships. We're all done. Overall, this banner or this setup, it's kind of whatever. Some are good, some are bad, some are disappointing, some are mistakenly crazily good. It's all over the place for me. But overall, a solid research season or whatever, to me, at least. Anyways, that's the end, guys. Enjoy the video. See you guys in the next one.